In this video, we are heading to a dried up lakebed deep in the Nefud Desert. It's quite difficult to get there because it's completely surrounded by a ton of tall and steep dunes. We try to find an easier path between them, but sometimes we have no choice. After crossing plenty of dunes, we finally reach our destination. We are on a pretty tall dune that overlooks the lake. We were following this trail, but right now, as you can see, it is getting quite steep. Normally, this dune wouldn't be much of a problem, but the sand is very soft and we don't want to take any risks since we're all alone at such a remote place. We can't turn the car around on the dune because that would lead to a higher chance of toppling the car. We decide to try to go straight back. We tried for a while, but we kept getting stuck. We don't really have a choice, so we drive down the dune. Surprisingly, it was much easier than expected. We are at the Tis Al Gada, a huge dried up lakebed deep in the Nufud Desert. Right now, it lies in a dry and arid desert, one of the most forbidding in the world. But it was not always like this. Hundreds of thousands of years in the past, this place was a lush grassland, with many animals traveling here to drink water. Now, in a completely changed landscape, we still hope that we might glimpse some wild animals come to drink what water is left. But there is a good chance that it will not happen. Even though it is a very remote place, With no human presence for tens of kilometers of steep dunes, our presence might scare away any animals. There are also plenty of other waterholes around, filled up by the recent rains, that animals might go to. We are very lucky to camp here, all alone at such a beautiful place. It truly is a wonderful experience. Our campsite is on the side of the smaller lake, and there are many little bushes growing in the water. The roots of each one hold onto the soil tightly and form little islands in the middle of the lake. These same bushes, as well as little flowers, grow on the side of the dunes. It is because of all the little roots of the plants holding onto the sand that the dune is able to stay so steep.
Give one more. Thank you.
Good morning, guys. We're going to pack up the camp first, and then we're going to explore the surrounding area. We might even go back to yesterday's dune. Later, when it gets too hot, we will start heading to our next campsite. It is an area with hundreds of naturally occurring rock towers. We are at a bit of a higher point, and there seems to have been an excavation made here. It's perfectly rectangular and it's quite even. There is a sort of flaky rock at the top, and then the bottom is just sand. And now we're just going to go explore this lake area a bit. It's pretty sunny right now, so we might sit in the car for a while, relax. So this is the ancient lakebed sediments. They were covered with sand recently, but because of the rain and because of the wind, it is eroded away, it's stripped away, and we can see the ancient sediments that were laid down thousands of years ago. And they probably are underneath the rest of the lake, but this is the only spot where they are still exposed. We came across some sort of a fringe-toed lizard. It is called this because of the protruding scales on its back toes. These help them stay on the surface of the sand and move around easily. There are quite a lot of pebbles just laying on the ground. I picked up a few of them, and some were pretty translucent. It was a pretty nice camping over here. Yesterday we went and explored the dunes a bit. It was a pretty nice weather. It was not windy and it was pretty nice. It wasn't too cold or anything. So it was a pretty nice experience. But now it's getting quite late. It's like 10:30. So now we have packed up our camp and we're going to leave. And we're going to go to another part of the Nefud Desert where we have some stone towers. So we're planning on camping there today.